because she was like, only people who live in the mountains know how to make it. Yeah. Today she is so perfect.
Is the camera angle good? I don't think I see it now. Okay.
I can't mix it. The best way to start your day is by having a high protein, antioxidant rich breakfast. I love making breakfast. It makes me wake up, it gets me motivated for the day, and it keeps me satiated for such a long time. So it gives me the mental stamina to be able to focus on my job. So this week, once again, I want to share with you my favorite top 5 beauty breakfasts that I'm having on rotation lately. So first thing in the morning, I always start with a tea. I don't do the lemon water. I feel like it's a little too acidic for my gut. So I tend to rely on traditional Chinese medicine elixirs. So right now I am having my chrysanthemum resilient skin elixir, and I make like a big batch, so I always have like extra in the fridge. I'll show you guys how to make it here on the side, but basically it is the Bayeva resilient skin elixir that already has a ton of antioxidants for that plump skin, and in it I added mulberries because that's really great for people with hypothyroid, which is something that I'm going through right now, which we can discuss in a different video. So this week's recipe is going to focus a little bit more on the hypothyroid because I'm really actively working to lower my cortisol, balance out my hormones, and reduce my stress. So this isn't just honestly for people who have hypothyroid issues, but just in general, anyone who is focusing on gut issues, skin issues, hormonal balance, this week's recipes are going to be for you. And by the way, they're going to be gluten-free, egg-free, and dairy-free. I know it's really hard to come up with recipes like that, but honestly, you would benefit a lot from these recipes because they're anti-inflammatory and just overall so good for your glowing skin. Today is a Monday, which means it's an admin day, so I'm basically at home taking calls all day long. I don't really move, so Mondays I usually just go for like a really simple smoothie because I'm so busy with calls. But I woke up really craving like a carrot cake. I don't know, maybe it's because I went out to dinner last night and there was like a carrot cake on the menu and I was like, oh, I can't have this. So I am going to make a very simple vegan gluten-free carrot cake mug cake. I've never really made this before, but I've made a variation with chocolate. So let's see how this turns out. It's gonna be a first, and I actually love trying on new recipes with you guys here too. So let's start making this now. And the ingredients are going to be a combination of oat flour, almond flour, some almond milk, and I always just have like some kind of shredded carrots in my fridge. I think like they're so convenient to kind of cook in them, so thank God I had that. I'm adding some baking powder, cinnamon, and then collagen, of course. This is the easiest way to get your collagen into your routine. And then for that protein, I'm gonna add a little bit of Korean bisukgaru. It is a Korean grain powder that's really high in protein. I'm not really sure how to describe what bisukgaru tastes like, but it's got this like cereal, nutty, grainy, malty flavor, I would say. Oh my God, this already smells so good. This might not be the prettiest, but I'm going to microwave this now. So before, I'm just gonna microwave this for like a minute and 30 seconds.
Is the camera angle good? I don't think I see it now. Okay.
I'm gonna top it with some coconut milk as like the frosting part of this carrot mug cake. And then top it with extra cinnamon because I add an obnoxious amount of cinnamon into everything that I make. First, a vegan carrot cake. Oh my God, you guys have to try this. It's actually so good. It's so moist, and with the coconut yogurt on top, this is so delicious. Wow. Success! Okay, and then for tomorrow, I'm pre-making my breakfast for chia pudding. It's like a chia collagen coconut pudding that I've been obsessed with recently. So I just use like this like shot glass to measure out my chia. So I do exactly 2 ounces of chia in here. And then I just mix that in this almond milk. And then I do a very generous amount of wild blueberries. Like I like a lot of blueberries in mine. So kind of just like fill this completely up. Blueberries. And then we're adding my collagen in this one. And then I'm adding some lysine. This is like the snickerdoodle. Apparently this is good for people with hypothyroid. So I'm actually just like incorporating it when I can. And this is like a great way to have it. And you guys know I love my black sesame. So always including my black sesame in whatever recipe I'm having. And usually I add it with some more coconut yogurt, but I'm almost out with this coconut yogurt, so I'm only gonna do a little bit. But instead, I'm gonna add more coconut flakes because I love the combination of coconut and chia. And you're just gonna give it like a good mix, if I can. I can't mix it. And look at this color already. The coconut, the blueberries, and the chia. Like, look at this top. It is actually so good. I salivate when I think about having this the next morning. So I'll just put this in the fridge overnight. It's not as pretty, but it's gonna make you beautiful in the inside. Good morning, happy Tuesday. I have my overnight collagen chia pudding right here. I'm obsessed with blueberries and this is the best way to get wild blueberries in because I've heard that wild blueberries are amazing for thyroid health. And it has protein, it's got the antioxidants, it's got the coconut, and on top of that, because I want to get extra brightening and pre and probiotics into my routine, I'm gonna add my RSB. RSB tastes the best when it's combined with like a blueberry flavor because it already has blueberry powder in this mixture. So I'm just gonna mix 1 sachet fully into this. I'll top it with some extra blackberries, some banana on top. I'm telling you, this is like my hyper fixation meal these days. Oh my God, look at all this blueberry mixture. Hallelujah. If you take any recipe out from this week, I really hope you try this recipe. Okay, it is seriously so addicting. Great way to get your fruits and protein in. Do you guys ever wake up absolutely craving pancakes? Well, today's one of those days, so I'm just gonna whip out a very easy pancake recipe that's gonna be gluten-free, vegan, and egg-free. I've nailed this recipe down so much that I can do this in my sleep right now. And here I have my almond flour and my oat flour. And usually I like to mix both of them at the same time. You obviously can just use one kind of flour, but I actually don't know where my measuring cup is. So I'm just gonna do this by feel. I'll just put like 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5 scoops of this. Mix in a little bit of oat flour. I usually use a little bit more almond flour than oat flour, so I'll just do 1, 2. Banana. It's not too ripe yet, but that's okay. Then I add my collagen powder in here, obviously. It's the easiest way to add in your collagen, especially when you're doing pancakes. And then instead of egg, I'm gonna mix in a little bit of flax meal. I made muffins with this the other day and it was amazing. So I'm gonna do like 1 big teaspoon of flaxseed, maybe a little bit more. My little secret is I love adding butter. I live for butter. And this butter I get from the farmer's market. It is so good. And I melted this a little bit, like that much butter. It's already melted, so I just like go add it straight in here. Good coconut yogurt in this as well. This will make a really big difference in the texture. A little bit of milk, almond milk. I like to add some maple syrup in the mixture, even though I'm gonna pour a little bit extra on top. So like 2 spoonfuls of this. And that is pretty much all that goes in here. Here is my lovely mixture. And I have this little pancake pan. It's so convenient to make the right amount. So I just spray a little bit of olive oil in this and then pour it in. These are so cute. I have to scrape everything in here because I hate waste. Oh, that failed. I have my beautiful pancakes here. This is my homemade blueberry compote. It is made with RSB. There's 0 sugar in it and it gives so much flavor. It will be so much better than the blueberry pancakes and healthier than the ones you have outside. The ones you have at pancake restaurants probably are tastier, but it's loaded with sugar and it's going to really disrupt your blood sugar balance. And of course, I have to top it off with a lot of maple syrup. I like a lot of maple syrup on my pancakes. Okay, let's try this out. My morning beverages today are a cup of collagen matcha, doubling up the collagen, and I also have my Brazilian skin elixir. Always hits the spot. Oh God, I'm so excited for my pancakes. I just know they're gonna be good because this is my tried and true recipe. When you have the blueberry compote, it will make it 1,000 times better. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I should sell this because Bubby's Move Away Ava's pancakes are taking over. Try this if you don't want a blood sugar crash after eating pancakes. Good morning. As I said in my previous video, I always opt for like an Asian, very homey breakfast at least once a week. When I'm in Korea, I do this like every day. I eat rice with like protein and side dishes, but I can't unfortunately do that when I'm in New York. But today I got a little bit of an upgrade because Korea grandma sent over these amazing dishes, side dishes with pancakes. So I get to have like a full real jelloskin breakfast. And I tried a little bit yesterday, but I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I make my beauty rice here on the side. I switch it up every time according to what kind of ingredients I have. This time I put in ginseng, mushrooms, seaweed, and just like random like root vegetables that I got in Korea. A lot of these I usually get in Korea because it's just more available, cheaper, and I trust the ingredients more, but I'll link a few options that you can get when you're here in the US. They're just a little bit more expensive, but I basically just put them all in the rice cooker and I make this, and she was so impressed by the fact that someone who is young and a modern woman knows how to make this.
한국에서는 이거 산에 사는 사람들은 해먹지 우리들은 우리 해먹지도 못해. 재료도 없어서 못 해먹고. 와.
한국에서 가져왔어요.
와 그래요?
네.
어머.
Because she was like, only people who live in the mountains know how to make it. So this is gonna be my base, and we also have the samjang, which is tuna and like spices, so it's really good, high in protein. 오징어채, which is dried squid. This is a little thicker than what I'm usually used to my mom making, but it's really good. And then we lastly have cucumber kimchi. I love cucumber kimchi. I don't know why. It's probably easy, but I just never attempted to ever make this. First bite. This truly just tastes like home. And then I'm gonna have my cucumber kimchi too. I might just cancel this breakfast series and just have this for the rest of the week until I finish this panchan, because this truly is just hits home. It hits home. And I have my collagen cacao latte. I'm feeling so tired today, but I have a matcha date later, so I'm just gonna go with a low caffeine option in the morning. Put a little bit of almond creamer in it, and it is making all the difference right now. Also, when I'm on this gluten-free, egg-free, dairy-free journey, eating Korean food, I'm realizing is like the easiest option because you have your rice, you have your veggies, you have your protein. It just makes it so much easier. This is not gonna be gluten-free because that's soy sauce, but honestly, who cares? Oh my God, I forgot. I knew something was missing. I always like to add a little bit of sesame oil on my beauty rice for extra flavor. All the pancakes was so flavorful that I forgot. That's what we're having for breakfast today. Papaya. It's not every day that I have papaya for breakfast, but when I get my hands on it, I wait until it's perfectly ripe, and today she is so perfect. I just cut it open and it is the perfect amount of ripeness. I'm so excited to make my favorite papaya coconut bowl today. First thing you're gonna do is just scoop all the seeds out. If you're watching this and you haven't had papaya before, this bowl will literally change your mind. I'm just gonna do both of these because I'm saving one for tomorrow's breakfast. It was so hard not to just eat the whole papaya while I was getting the seeds out. My favorite way to do it is obviously coconut yogurt. Generous amount of coconut yogurt on 1/2 of it. Oh my God, I ran out. I'm gonna have to open another coconut yogurt now. This is another coconut yogurt brand that I've been having for, I don't know, since like my finance days. But this one, you're not supposed to have like too much of it because it has a lot of coconut cream. So I'm just gonna do 1 big spoonful right here. The other app, I have my homemade chia oats puddings. So I'm gonna add other half like this. Now, once you have this lovely boat going on, that's when I'm going to top it with some of my favorite fruits. Blueberries are a must. I also love some blackberries. I also have my homemade granola that I like to top it with. Papaya in general is so good for women, especially for those with hypothyroid. So I'm trying to eat more papaya, but just for anyone in general, it's so full of nutrients. I also have my skin elixir from yesterday. And now we dig into our papaya skincare breakfast. On top of the coconut yogurt and overnight chia pudding, I topped it with cacao nibs, my homemade granola, my favorite fruit like blackberries, banana, and blueberries. And with papaya, it's just so full of all the health benefits. It's truly a jelloskin breakfast. Anyways, let me stop talking and take my first bite. The way this transports you immediately to a tropical beach, this is so heavenly. I'm already dreaming of having this all over again tomorrow morning. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into my beauty breakfast of the week with some of my favorite recipes, and I'm excited to share with you a lot more of these skincare jelloskin breakfast that's going to feed your skin from the inside and out. So if you want to get inspired to make healthy, easy recipes, please subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait you guys to join the official jelloskin community. Bye!